Welcome to another update for Force 13. The Grand National Hurricane Center is now reporting that Hector is now a tropical storm. And the up-to-minute information from another source shows that Hector is 24.2 degrees north, 176.3 degrees west, and wind speed is 60 knots. Central pressure is 988 millibars. And we have another look at the life of Hector up to a few hours ago. The tropical storm Hector continues to weaken this afternoon due to south-southwesterly shear of around 10 knots over the system, as analysed by the latest SIMS shear analysis. The low-level circulation centre and visible satellite imagery remains on the south side of the deepest convection. The latest subjective VORAC intensity estimates were 3.5, 55 knots. The satellite presentation clearly shows that slow weakening is ongoing, but given the persistent deep convection near the low-level circulation centre and necessary spin downtime needed as this system weakens, will only lower the initial intensity to 60 knots. Hector is expected to continue on a west-northwesterly track tonight on the eastern periphery of an upper-level low to the west of the international dateline. Now here's a look at some further information from the NHC. And this is the tropical storms track cone. The system is expected to make a turn to a more westerly direction on Monday, continuing on this course through Wednesday as an upper level which builds north of the system. EPS track guidance. A turn towards the northwest, eventually north, is then expected Wednesday night through to Friday as Hector rounds the southwest periphery of the upper level wedge. And another late cycle track guidance. The initial intensity forecast calls for slow weakening of Hector over the next 12 to 24 hours as the system remains in southwesterly shear 10 to 15 knots. The shear is forecast to decrease beyond 24 hours, but the system is likely to have weakened by this time and will be moving over cooler sea surface temperatures. The intensity guidance is in fairly good agreement for these 36 hours. Probabilities for tropical storm force winds reaching the northwestern Hawaiian Islands has decreased since the NHC's previous advisory. And tropical storm force winds, this is from the strongest to the weakest, or vice versa. And whilst Hector is now on a weakening trend, the picture is the opposite over in the Westpac. And Hector 24.6 degrees north, 177 degrees west, west northwest 15 knots, central pressure as mentioned 988 millibars. The Chinese authorities have had to evacuate over or around 200,000 people due to Tropical Storm Yagi. I will be putting out a further or our first update on Yagi today. The Chinese Weather Office has Yagi as a typhoon and made landfall Sunday night local time.
You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com, which has had a revamp and is still under reconstruction, but take a look. Also YouTube, of course, if you haven't subscribed, that might be a good idea. Visit Force 13. We're also on Facebook under the same name, of course, and you can like us on there, and you can also follow us on Twitter. Search Force 13, all in text for those. You can also add Force 13 on Skype, or my personal account on Discord, Fool13, at extension 9094.